This is the short version of practice problem number 4 from lesson 7, no bending or stretching, and unit 1, rigid transformations and congruence. Problem number 4 is another review of the 3 transformations you've been studying. For A, it's a translation of this quadrilateral, B is a rotation of the same quadrilateral, and C is a reflection of that same quadrilateral. So for A, translate the shape so that A goes to A prime. So this shape, A goes to A prime. To translate A to A prime, you could say just move A to A prime in a straight line, which takes all the points of the quadrilateral to its corresponding position after the translation. So move A to A prime, takes all of the points to their corresponding positions in the image of this first quadrilateral. And you can show it by counting. So this is 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units along this path, and then 1 unit up. And every point of this quadrilateral goes through that same move. So this is 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 1 unit up. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units is right in here, 1 unit up, and 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, and 1 unit up. And every point within the quadrilateral and on the sides of the quadrilateral will make that same move. 4 units along the path and 1 unit up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 unit up. Translates this quadrilateral to its image, which is the red quadrilateral. For B, you are to rotate this image 180 degrees counterclockwise around point B. To rotate this image, I'm going to move these 3 points to their corresponding positions along a straight line. That is 180 degrees. So if I take this point, I'm going to count 1 unit, 2 units to get to this point. And I'm going to rotate these counting marks 180 degrees counterclockwise. So this is rotating 180 degrees counterclockwise. So notice it's on this straight line. And I'm going to count out 2 units from the same point. 1, 2, and the corresponding point is at this position right here. So this is a 180 degree rotation. So you can look at this circle, 180 degrees, it's on the other side. Now notice it's a 180 degrees counterclockwise is the same as a 180 degree rotation clockwise. Either way, it's the same thing. You're going to land on this straight line. So for this middle point, I'm going to move this point along this straight line. There is a parallelogram here, which I'll show you in a few moments. And I'm going to end up on the other side, 180 degrees right here. And just to make sure I'm going to count, so this is 1 unit, 2 units, and then 1 unit down. I'm going to rotate this 180 degrees to right here, 180 degrees to right here, and I'm going to count, do the same counting, but in the opposite direction. So 1 unit, 2 units, and then 1 unit up. And so it lands right here, 180 degrees on this straight line from this starting point. So this is a 180 degree rotation, and either counterclockwise or clockwise, it is the same. And the last point, again along this straight line, 180 degrees counterclockwise, I'm going to end up right here. And I'm going to count just to make sure, 1, 2, and then 1 unit along this line. I'm going to rotate this arc 180 degrees to right here. And then count, do the same counting, but in the opposite direction. 1 unit, 2 units, 1 unit along here. And this point is 180 degrees from its corresponding point, and it's a 180 degree rotation counterclockwise. And here's the parallelograms that I mentioned, so you can see that this middle point also lies on a straight line through this image to its corresponding point right here, 180 degrees. So here's the line, and it's useful to notice that every one of these moves along a straight line to its corresponding point. So straight line, a straight line, and a straight line. Those are 180-degree rotations, and they are different from the reflection that we'll look at in just a few moments. And finally, notice that each corresponding point falls on a straight line that's an equal distance from B, and B is the center of rotation. So this is an equal distance from B. B is the center of rotation. An equal distance from B, and B is the center of rotation. An equal distance from B, and B is the center of rotation. That happens for a 180-degree rotation, whether that rotation is counterclockwise or clockwise. Always on a straight line, the opposite side, an equal distance from the center of rotation. C is a reflection of this quadrilateral over this line of reflection I right here. Remember, for a reflection, each point moves perpendicular to the line of reflection and an equal distance on the other side of the line of reflection. It's going to move perpendicular to the line of reflection, so it's going to form a 90-degree angle. And each point is going to be an equal distance from that line of reflection on the other side. So an equal distance, I'm going to call this a unit. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. Same here. 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. And 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. And here it's 1 unit, 2 units, and 1 unit, 2 units. So reflection moves each point perpendicular to the line of reflection, so 90-degree angle, and an equal distance on the other side. So connect the points. Now, it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between a reflection and a 180-degree rotation. So this is a 180-degree rotation of this image, and this is a reflection of the same image. So notice, for a reflection, this longer side right here lands on the same side as the longer side in this image, and the shorter side gets reflected over, lands on the same side as the shorter side of its image. So none of the corresponding points over here are on a straight line from the original points. They're reflected across the line of reflection. But for a 180-degree rotation, notice that this longer side now is on the opposite side of the image. So it ends up here, and this shorter side rotates around, is on the opposite side of this image right here. And also, each of the corresponding points, each of these 3 points, falls on a straight line across from its original point. So this is a straight line. This is a straight line through B right here. And this is a straight line through B right here. So this is a 180-degree rotation, and this is a reflection. 180-degree rotation and a reflection. This longer side is in the same position for the image, kind of this lower position right here, and the shorter side is in the same position for its image, this upper side right here.